What's up, little screamers? Welcome back to the channel Scream in Style. If you are new here, hi, I am Knuckle.
And I'm Jules.
And if you are returning, mwah, we have missed you. Today we are reviewing
The Creature.
So we are going to review, and while I give you some fun facts, she's going to create a look. It's either going to be from Kay, our lover girl, or the fish itself. So go ahead, grab a drink, grab a snack. Here we go. So this monster film is part... Don't you start.
Shit's gonna start falling over. Hold on, we forgot to mention that every time she on reading and says things, you know, with
ill articulation.
Yeah.
What's yours then?
I don't know, I never have one. It's always just that.
Every time something falls or you push something over, like you almost did in the beginning.
Fine, we can do that, I guess. Because that does happen frequently. Get ready to get toasted.
Or very hydrated, depending on what you're drinking.
Touché.
This iconic film was released in 1954, directed by Jack Arnold. It grossed over $3 million by the end of 1954, which I don't even know how much that would be in today's money. That's insane.
Right, I was like, that's a lot, I feel like, for that time.
Obviously making it a huge hit, revitalizing the horror genre at a time when it was considered dying. On its deathbed, if you will. Creature from the Black Lagoon was made for $463,000. It was filmed in 3D, which was considered as an innovative use of technology at the time. Because of its raging success, it gave rise to 2 sequels.
I think that counts.
Does it count?
I think so.
Take a drink. It has 2 sequels. Revenge of the Creature in 1955 and The Creature Walks Among Us, 1956.
I didn't drop nothing.
I'm waiting. You are so close.
You just keep on reading over there.
So going on to our fun facts, I was able to divvy up for you. 2 actors played the creature. Raku Browning, who did all of the underwater scenes at Wakulla Springs State Park in Florida.
Okay.
And Ben Chapman, who did all of the land scenes. That was filmed in Hollywood. Because of this, 2 suits were made, resulting in differences in the head and the chest pieces. The ability of vision in these suits were awful, however. God dang it, second shot. Look, it's been a while. Been a while
till I first saw you.
It's been a while since we filmed anything. The ability of vision in these suits were awful. Browning stated, "Vision was the hardest part. I didn't wear any goggles or a face mask, and the eye of the suit sat about an inch from my eye. It's kind of like looking through a keyhole with blurred vision, so it was difficult seeing."
I have trouble putting my contacts in. I don't need that.
The set was freezing.
Of course.
This is the common theme we've come to know.
I feel like every single set that we have discussed has been just cold, rainy, or, you know, snowing. One of the two.
Pretty much heat does not exist while filming shit. And Julie Adams, who was our main gal Kay, was trying not to show it while Ben Chapman carried her. The creature was carrying her to the lair. However, due to the poor visibility in the Gilman suit, Chapman accidentally scraped Adams' head on the side of the set. It was minor, and they resumed filming soon after, which I thought this was great, because during the movie, while she's being carried, I was like, bang, bang, side of the head, side. She
Right, yes, yeah.
Turns out, called it.
Right. I'm glad he didn't fall with her. That would be great, though, for an outtake.
And come to find out, the creature was designed after the Academy Award.
He was designed, like, from that?
Mm-hmm. He was designed after the Academy Award. Or if we break something, drink. Now, if you don't know what the Academy Award looks like, it looks like this. I'm putting a picture up.
I figured. That's what I was trying to, like,
white that shit.
I mean, what if it's not in the center? Like, I'm just like, oh, shit, fuck, man. Does that count too?
Another. We're doing great.
Ah!
Some of you may die.
And the result, after designing, was a feminine look. Julie Adams stated the design looked very eel-like. Jesus.
Okay, to be fair, the ceiling up here is very short, okay? Fuck off.
Spatial awareness does not exist.
It does not. The limit does not exist.
It was also revealed that Universal told Chris Muller that the original design would be used as a female creature in a sequel if they decided to go that route. Which, guess what? Obviously, fucking didn't.
Oh, so it's not a chick?
No, I'm a little sore about that.
Yeah,
That would have been cool.
So is it only... Never mind, I'm going to save my questions for later.
You know better.
I know.
Get to painting. Maleficent? Patrick? Maleficent? It sounds like Maleficent, but it's not.
I would say Millicent.
Right?
Yeah, Millicent.
So, Millicent Patrick was in charge of designing the Gillman, even though she rarely gets credit for it. She got to promote the movie as the beauty who created the Beast, which I thought that was super cute.
Well, that's cute. Was Beauty and the Beast a thing back then? Had to have been. She wouldn't have just said that.
No, Beauty and the Beast was released in 80s. This was 54. We'll need to fact check.
80s?
I think it was 80s.
Like before, like right before we were born?
Yeah.
That.
But all that quickly changed when makeup artist, aka shit titty goat fucker, as I like to call him,
What?
Bud Westmore got jealous of her attention. His family had become famous makeup artists, so Bud was able to get his coworker's name, her, out of the opening credits and take the credit for the creature's design. He fucking lied. This scumbag lied and took all the credit of what she did.
Oh my gosh.
Sit on a spiked butt plug, sir, and spin. Too much of it.
I mean, maybe. I don't disagree.
Also, the Universal Studios makeup artist drew heavy inspiration from the 17th century woodcuts of a sea bishop and a sea monk. The suit cost $15,000 to make.
Damn.
That's roughly the equivalent of $150,000 today. Same amount of money, but I feel like that's kind of nothing at the same time for all the stuff that we have made in the movie industry.
Yeah, I was like, not we personally. Our shit's like, maybe worth like $20.
If that. So this movie was inspired by a folk tale. The cinematographer Gabriel, his last name here, I'm not going to butcher that. I'm not even going to attempt.
No attempting.
Heard on his travels. It dealt with half-man, half-reptile creatures stalking the Amazon River. William Allen loved the story and over a decade later produced the creature feature. This, by the way, all took place at a dinner party for Citizen Kane, which I have never watched it. Let me know if you guys have and if you liked it or not. So Glenn Strange, who played Universal's House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, turned down the role of the Gillman due to the swimming scenes because it was not his forte.
But they had somebody else do the swimming swings.
Hey, drink!
That is not how we're playing this.
No,
That is not how it works. Like, if they had somebody else doing the swimming scenes, there was 2 actors that played this guy. Like, why would they not let him know? Like, hey.
Well, I'm assuming he was their first choice and they didn't even think about that till later, till after he declined the role.
Shitty.
So they're like, okay, I guess we need 2 people.
Yeah, like, I'm sure that's, like, there's not many actors that are, I wouldn't say fluent, what's the word?
Skilled?
Skilled in, like, super good swimming and acting. Like, that's probably hard to come by, I would assume.
And a little tidbit of funness here. The Black Lagoon shares its location with Gilligan's Island.
Ah,
Same spot.
that's cool.
And many other films were partially shot there, like Psycho 2, The Mississippi Gambler, Dawn of the Dead, and more.
This is why you have nightmares. You've been watching this shit for God knows how long.
Yeah, blame my mom. She grew me up on the 80s slashers. Blame her. Hey, but I turned out okay. Judgmental?
Hey, I'm friends with you, so what does that say about me?
Exactly. I brought her to the dark side.
I'm partially dark.
Like a gray moon shade.
Yeah.
Director Jack Arnold was adamant about the creature not emitting any air bubbles, which resulted in Raikou. Now I'm just doubting.
The Pokemon? Raikou?
I don't know. Is that a Pokemon character?
I think.
Mr. Browning,
Okay.
we'll say, because I can't pronounce his name.
Let me see. Yeah, I would say Rico.
Rico.
That's just a fancy way of spelling it.
What are-
Raikou. Maybe.
I don't know.
Could
We're
be
going with Pokemon.
I like Raikou.
He's the one who was actually in the Gil suit.
Pause. Okay, so I was right about Raikou as a Pokemon.
Yes.
But Raikou is not an evolution of Pikachu. I'm sorry, Pokemon fans, if you are listening to this. Are we still paused?
That's what you
watch
get.
it. You watch it. I got.
Sorry. Well, Mr. Browning, because that's what I'm going to call him from now on, he held his breath for up to 4 minutes to avoid any air bubbles.
Oh, heck no.
I can hardly
I
hold my
can't even
breath for 30 seconds while I meditate.
I was supposed to say, I can't even really do a minute.
That's about it. So Ginger Stanley, an actress and stuntwoman, performed the underwater scenes for the film's lead actress, Julie Adams. So whenever she's doing all those fancy backward...
I was wondering.
Yeah.
It's not her.
She looked good.
She did.
I was like, oh, she makes it look so fun and pretty in the Amazon. My turn. And then I would choke going backwards and probably die. And they'd find me in the seabed of Amazon.
I think that the creature would have came and got you and saved you.
He loves me. The year before the film came out, the creature actually first appeared on a 1953 episode of the Colgate Comedy Hour with Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
So this wasn't original?
Wait a minute.
The creature? You said what did I just hear? The creature, yeah, first appeared. So like not original. So okay, so
Well, it probably took a long time to create that suit, and then when they
Got
did,
you.
I'm assuming.
yeah.
I did not dive deep into that fact. Please hold questions.
Because we don't know the answers.
And it's so while we were watching this movie, and afterwards, I can't remember if I mentioned to you or not. Did I ask you if you've ever watched The Shape of Water? Did I ask
Kangaroo
you
movie?
that? Huh?
The kangaroo movie?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
No, then you did not ask me.
So I kept on thinking, this is pretty much the grandfather of The Shape of Water. And whenever I found out this fact, it was so satisfying to hear because I called it. Yeah, that didn't feel great.
What didn't?
It was a little cringe.
A little bit.
But director Guillermo del Toro identified Creature from the Black Lagoon as an influence and inspiration for his film Shape of Water. 'Cause
Snap.
how could you not? Yeah. So whenever he started his little courting bit, as I like to call, I was like, they're gonna fuck. Never mind, that's Shape of Water.
Gross.
You don't want to check out that movie?
No, not after hearing that.
It doesn't really show. They embrace. I don't think it shows. I can't remember. It's been a while. The only thing you really see happening is her touching herself
Okay.
in the shower every morning. It's part of her morning routine.
I mean, yeah, do you, boo. Whatever.
It really makes me question my libido. I'll tell you that. I think it's just downhill.
You're getting up there in age. Why is this so, I feel like, do I need to wet this?
You could.
I feel like it's very stiff.
No, try it. But that wraps up, little screamers, all the things I could find for fun facts for you. Now, we go on to thoughts.
Oh.
So my overall thoughts on the movie, I honestly came in with low expectations because of when it was made, and it's in black and white. And I know it's a bad trait of mine, but I do. But as the movie was playing on, it really exceeded all my expectations. I was quite happy with it, how it was turning out. And I could not get over the suit. To me, it was amazing. It was so good. And honestly, way ahead of its time. Mm-hmm. I'm honestly obsessed with it. And I completely understand why the Gillman is an iconic universal monster.
I completely agree. I always go in with not low, but just scared expectations whenever we do these things, if it's an older movie. And just because the quality and, all of them seem to have that same style to them whenever they're older. The suit did surprise me as well. It was very detailed, the attention to detail they had, and it was just shocking for that they were able to do that back then. It's definitely a classic. Like you hear Creature of the Black Lagoon and everybody knows what it is.
Even without seeing it.
I was about to say, even without seeing it, like you just know, like you know that creature. I wanted to know more, which I think is a good thing with any movie. Like it leaves you wanting more, so I'm kind of excited to see the sequels. One thing about it, I'm wondering why, if the lagoon is a place that apparently the captain of the ship that they took said that it was somewhere that people did not return from. Like, why? Like, why is every movie gotta be that way? You don't go into the closet. If something goes in the closet and you don't come out of there, like, don't go to the lagoon. If some people go to it and they don't come out of it. Like, why? But I guess that's,
It's what us white people do.
It's apparently... No, overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it, and it was a fun watch. Slightly comical, just because movies at that time were. And even if they were supposed to be horror or not, but I had a good time.
So one of the characters, the captain of the boat, okay, right off the rip, he gave me weird, suspicious, and borderline creepy vibes. Mm-hmm. But I will say he didn't overdo it. He didn't annoy me. It's just every time he came onto the screen, I was like, ugh.
Oh, yeah, he was very...
Why? Like, I think he did a good job on that.
If he was supposed to be that way.
Right.
He made me very uneasy. I was just like, why are you here?
Sir, get off this boat.
Well, he seemed like he had zero knowledge of, like, he didn't really touch on anything that they were talking about, rocks, the sea creatures, anything that they were, like, doing investigation on. He didn't seem like he had any knowledge on any of it. He never spoke about it, and it was just... He
just gave little menacing comments.
He was the one that said... Well, I know that, people go here and then they never return. And I'm like, well, if you would have known that, why didn't you say it?
Which, first off, obviously, because you've been in back there, I don't know how many times, so obviously you know a lot of shit you're not saying, sir.
Uh-huh.
So later on, Jules told me what his name is.
What they called him, yes.
What they called him.
I read, like, a synopsis on it.
Ready for it? Krusty Lucas. I was like, oh, he Krusty.
That's very fitting. Krusty and Dusty.
They didn't say Krusty Lucas in the movie, did they?
Not that I know of, but I couldn't understand anything that he was said to begin with. At first I thought his accent was like Spanishy, and then it sounded Italian.
Pick one. Where are we going with this?
We don't know.
We're just on Rita having a good time. I did find it really cute when the creature swam with the woman. From then on, I did hope that they didn't kill this creature, because it was like watching a first crush. That was his courting. It was really cute.
It was slightly disturbing. I did not enjoy that scene. I was more focused on the fact that she just kept swimming away from the boat, and I was like,
where are you going?
I'm like, where are you trying to go? Filmed her swimming for, like 3 minutes, and then they pan out and you see this ship, and it's like maybe 100 feet from her.
Right there.
I'm like,
What?
okay.
There is definitely a disturbing undertone. I think that scene taps into a lot of fears for people whenever you are swimming in the ocean or any body of water and you don't know what's underneath you. That definitely taps into that fear. So for most, you look like Frost.
Ew.
No, like
Jack Frost?
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
You look like a...
That's why I said ew.
I think it meant Frost from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, no, she's cool. I would rather look like her. I really don't know what I'm doing right now.
Drink every time she says that, because you can go back on every video of ours. And she says those exact words.
What, I don't know what I'm doing?
Yes.
Yeah, quite literally. 'Tis my life.
I'll take a drink for that. For the most part, the set was great. One of the things that exceeded my expectations was the set. I really enjoyed the scenery. It was luscious and foresty, and it really seemed as if they were there.
Going down, yeah.
Most of the time.
Except for.
And it seemed like it was made well. But then later on, we started laughing at the painted backdrops. And this isn't in a cruel manner, but one that was just, it's blatantly obvious that it was abrupt, and we both looked at each other.
Right.
We just couldn't help it. We had to have a good chuckle about it.
Just completely, like, just painted on trees, and just flat. Like, you could just tell.
Yeah, it's just because it was flat. There wasn't hardly any dimension to it. Like, the paint itself was great.
It was great, yeah.
No dimension.
1D.
1D. Here's an Easter egg for you. Kind of, that's not really an Easter egg. It's kind of like, where's Waldo?
Oh, okay.
So I believe it said if you do a certain ratio of the movie, you can see a telephone pole in one of the shots in the background.
My God.
So let us know if any of you guys caught that while watching this movie, or if you're about to and you can get it yourself.
Go on the hunt.
Go on the hunt.
I kind of liked the fact that it was black and white. Like, that was one of my my likes. Like, it made it kind of classic, obviously, but it kind of made it boring as well. Like, for me, like, just because I would have loved to see, like, the colors of, like, the scenery, and then also just, like, what color the creature actually was, because I kind of envision him as green, but I mean, you really never know. Also, I think the poster of it is green, so that's why.
Oh, green with round, bright red lips.
Well,
it is hard to engage our generation because we grew up with so much vivid color in movies that once you go to a black and white movie, it does have an element of boredom.
right?
And I never really thought about that till
Yeah.
now.
I was just like,
That's interesting.
wished I could have seen it in color as well.
Yeah.
Are all the sequels in black and white? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder.
Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am.
Do I fit in? No. Oh! I'm just meaning, like, in general.
No, you hit my high school hard.
Oh my
Shit.
God. Okay.
Oh,
Can we talk about Mark?
fuck Mark.
Right?
I had some thoughts about Mark.
Yeah, so Mark was one of the scientists that also was on the expedition with them, excursion, whatever you'd like to call it. He was a dickhead.
I think he was also had a sore spot because our leading lady did not pick him.
No, she picked David.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? And they both looked fine in their shorty shorts. I didn't mind that. But
Oh, they both look nice.
But
not
Mark-
gonna lie, I was like, those are some fit men.
Mark was a dickhead.
Drink.
Shut up. That's not me. He was only in it for, like, the hunt and the game and the trophy of finding that creature. And that was very frustrating. Leave nature alone, man. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
And then we find out that you should leave it alone.
Or you gonna get killed by the seductive hand of the gill man.
The first scenes, like the first few scenes that you see of this hand are just like a slow pull. And we're like, what in the hell?
His nickname thereon became the Seductress.
Which is very funny because, well, never mind. I'm not going to misgender a fish. Like,
Fishes are...
Fishes?
Fishes.
That's right,
Fishes.
right?
I don't Meese and geese. I don't know. Feast. There's a feast. Some are born with both parts.
Oh.
And they can switch.
Anyways.
Have the meats. You.
What?
I don't know. I just gross myself out. Doesn't make sense, but I still gross
Well, like-
myself
like-
out.
What is that? Like, we have the meats. What is it Arby's?
It's Arby's. Yeah, everything you said summed up all the things I said about Mark in my notes, but I want that spear gun. Just to shoot, like, sand underneath water or something. I don't want to kill anything. I just want to shoot it. It's like whenever you have a drill in your hand, you just want to go bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The moment it ended, I just looked around.
You were like,
And
what?
I felt her beside me as well. We're just,
What? Yeah.
what?
Right?
Nothing? That's it?
Right, yeah.
I said, okay, well, he's got to be alive, surely. Or maybe he did die. He just had to die. They just left him floating there to the bottom, so he's dead, right? Nope. He comes back.
Apparently.
Comes back
there's
like
just-
good old herpes.
There's a sequel. Couldn't pick anything else, just herpes.
Well, it came to mind because every winter I get cold sores on my lip. So, and I had 2 at the same time this year. I'm not happy about it.
I like that the creature, didn't, but I also wonder why. Like, why whenever he captured Kay, didn't hurt her. When he killed the other men, like, tent, and then he killed the one other dude, and he killed Mark.
Yeah, well, they have penises. She has a vagina. He knows what he wants.
But also, like, is it a he?
Oh, it might be one of those feces. Ooh, no.
Jeez.
Feces?
Okay.
Maybe he might be one of those feces that is, how was it called, hermaphrodite? To where he could choose whatever he wants, but he clearly chose. He wants vagina, not the penis.
Yeah, I thought it was a he, but I just, like, is that why? Like, you know, is it because she's a girl?
There is maybe kind of like a theory you could say. He's not a monster. He's just trying to protect himself and his environment, because there are some that claim that this movie has undertones of environmental issues. Oh, and the sensibility of the one that we liked, David. He had the sensibility and the compassion of not, you know, killing something and taking it for fame and glory, like our
Poor deceased friend, Mark. In the midst of drinking and face painting and trying several different looks at once, I got a little lost. I got a little drunk. This is not it, and we are not taking pictures of this, so I'm just gonna...
How do we feel right now?
I don't feel pretty. Even my eyebrows are lopsided, and I don't know what's going on, so I'm just gonna chuck this one up as a loss, and my clown mermaid fish self is just gonna say bye now. So
You just realized
What?
I'm a fish with cat ears. I'm a catfish!
you are a catfish. My blending looked nice, and then I added. I just don't know. Okay, this was not my night, and it's fine. But I need to get this off my face because it's horrid.
So I see it as, so the gill man got caught up in the seaweed. Squigglies. Specks of dead.
And what? Fell in love with a clown? Like, because what is explaining this mouth right
He
now?
loves Heath Ledger, the Joker. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna resign. You might not see me again.
We're gonna drink more. Bye-bye. All right, little screamers, thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked or disliked, press a button. It's engagement. We'll take it. Also, subscribe if you like what we do. Push that notification bell.
Ding ding.
And look out for our next vid. We don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Don't put us on a timeline.
Bye-bye.